There's a whole lot going on right now, and Raw just finished. Of course, I didn't watch as always, but we got a lot of great things to talk about tonight. And as you can see, we are not alone. Oh no, we'll get to that in a minute. Welcome to the Monday Wrestling Popcast, exclusively here on the Popcast Network. My name is Owen. Joining me, as always, is the true host of wrestling content on this network, and that is Ashley. Okay. He doesn't even have an answer, folks. That's not a good sign. Hopefully Ashley will be here in a minute because otherwise it's going to get rather interesting. And also joining us, we have the return of Mr. Entertainment.
Yes, I'm here. I am live. I'm not sure if the power went out at Ashley's. Hope it will be restored. Impact probably know a thing or two about that.
Yeah, that kind of happened tonight, apparently.
But yeah, it's good to be back. Not many weeks where I have these many days off to relax and unwind. Oh, we lost Ashley.
Okay, he's having technical issues. So the holidays are over, which means it's time to get back to normal, which means like 2 days a week. So that's shoot. A lot of my friends, a lot of the friends of the network are currently trying to fight the traffic at Amway. But they get to go tonight. I ended up sitting in a waiting room with John Paul while he got his tires taken care of for 3 hours.
The duration of Raw.
Yeah, whatever. That was an interesting night. But now we're going to talk a little bit of professional wrestling here on this network. So last night, if you did not get a chance to check it out, if you're a fan of award coverage, we did our Golden Globes podcast. And tomorrow we have our Critics' Choice prediction podcast, which is coming up as well. Ashley, you're back.
No clue what the shit happened there. No
one knows. Aaron already blamed Impact in Nashville for that happening.
No, well, let's be honest.
They're my Nashville.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
I had to bring that back. I'm sorry.
They weren't even in like the proper asylum. I think they were in a shed that was next to the asylum. That place looks so tiny. That isn't what the asylum was. Honestly.
I mean, if you look at what the ECW arena used to look like and what Viking Hall looked like and what it looks like now, there's complete difference between the buildings, even though it's the same venue. So we're still at the Nashville Fairgrounds, which is still the asylum. It's just, it looks different. I noticed that it did, the stuff I did get to see, I did notice that the camera shot was very much like the old NWA TNA weekly pay-per-views.
Yeah, it had a nice old school touch. I only watched the clips and highlights on their YouTube channel, Impact Wrestling, because I was not lucky enough to win a Fight TV viewing pass for Impact Homecoming, rather than New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 13.
Yeah, that's
very lucky.
Part of the reason you're on the show tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie about that. Ashley's like, let's get Aaron on the show tonight to find out what he thought of Wrestle Kingdom. And I was like, that sounds like a great idea.
I'll probably just yell Japanese and gibberish because that's how excited I was to watch my first Wrestle Kingdom. But that'll be a little bit.
Hi.
Yeah. What do you think about getting up at 2:00 in the morning, Aaron?
I was still wide awake. And so I did not take a nap. It kind of helped that I worked until the early evening that night. So I didn't drink any coffee. I just, snacked my way into the wee
Right.
hours.
Right.
Of course, I fell asleep.
Right.
I caught the majority of the event.
Only one thing made me go to sleep. We'll talk about that a little bit later as we progress into the show. And Ashley knows exactly where I'm going with this because I already told him off camera, and I'm going to tell everybody else tonight what I think about somebody. So let's get to that.
What?
Ashley knows where I'm going with this.
I mean, I do and I don't.
Oh yeah, we're currently getting spoilers coming out of Nashville right now for Impact, so we'll be able to cover those before this night's over.
Yeah, they are still concluding taping because obviously being in Tennessee, there's an hour difference. So
At least Wrestling Inc. did not walk out.
I do have some information that both Juice Robinson and
Juicy Juice.
Chase Owens have officially signed new contracts with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
and Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky Romero as well. He got buried in everybody else, so I mean that's the problem.
And Kenny Omega's still undecided.
I'm pretty sure he's not undecided anymore, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Somebody's claiming an exclusive.
Yep.
But
and nobody knows. Oh, my battery's running low. I'm going to plug the charger in. But nobody knows the true amount if he truly was offered by WWE. So
it's not money. Money does not matter.
Oh no, I can exclusively reveal it was actually 2 packets of M&Ms and a bag of Sprouts a year.
Don't forget all the Sour Patch Kids you can eat because he is Canadian after all.
Hey.
Hey, I just judge by the fact that Canada has a bunch of Sour Patch Kids. Go to Epcot. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
And the Canadians get another Impact taping, which I'm not happy about. What about Orlando?
You know what Canada's favorite letter is?
Oh, God.
Oh.
Well, I thought you were going to say it shares something in common with yours truly, and his favorite letter is A.
No. Oh, Canada.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, see, that was awkward as Braun Strowman was tonight.
Marty sent me. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Favorite
letter of the alphabet for Americans is O. Because O say, can you see? Britain's favorite letter of the alphabet? God. That's how you start an anthem.
Oh my God. So, Wrestle Kingdom. We did a whole podcast on this. But Aaron was not on the show, so I want to hear what Aaron's thoughts on the product for New Japan Pro Wrestling was. This is the first time you ever watched NJPW, isn't it?
No, I've watched a couple of episodes on Access TV, which I found out that Spectrum has.
Yes, they do.
That's fake shit, though.
Yeah, it's got the wonderful, wonderful commentary by Jim Ross and Josh Barnett.
Not anymore.
No, definitely not anymore.
Now it's just Don Callis and Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton.
It's funny, like Ash. It's like he was talking and seeing Aaron, like, boop, gone.
Okay, sorry. Somehow I pushed a button on my new laptop and it turned off on me. I had a blackout.
Eventually, I'll get a new laptop. So, let's talk about the gauntlet match.
Yeah. So, I just haven't promoted the fact that I've watched them or my thoughts on their product on Twitter, but this was my first NJPW pay-per-view in Wrestle Kingdom, nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
After always reading and hearing the hype every January, I really went all in to win the viewing pass for it. There was tons of tons of giveaways.
Yeah.
And just to shoot, Popcast Network should be one of the podcasts to hold that contest. So, Fight TV, get on that.
No. I'll demand every show they have on there for free.
Yeah.
Not a good thing.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm trying to do. Wrestling's an expensive hobby, so I'm trying to like win these pay-per-views for free because I don't have that much money sometimes. Regardless, I didn't get to watch Impact Homecoming because of that reason, so that's why I entered a lot of contests. But the Gauntlet match was just a great taste. What I already knew NJPW was about, and a good kind of dipping my feet into the water into what the Lawn Night was going to entail. So I did and plus I appreciate Fight TV for streaming that live pre-show to fans exclusively. So they didn't need to do that. That could have been a NJPW World exclusive. I read online that they had major issues, technical glitches on the NJPW World website.
Because it's the cheapest option. It's like $9 or $8 a month.
Mm-hmm. And Grant's the biggest pay-per-view of the year, so of course the website would crash and not really handle thousands of fans on their server. I don't know how large their server is versus WWE networks, but like overall, right out of get-go, I think this was this wasn't that many days ago, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think the first match was like Will Ospreay and
Ibushi.
Yeah, and Bushi, yeah. Ibushi is bougie, don't kidding. At that match,
jumping out the sky, IBUSHI. Here we go.
Oh wow! It could be the tonight. Okay.
Oh my god! I just don't know what the area code for like Japan is, like +1 or +2. But
no, it's just because of the I Like Jason thing where he just took Ibushi's entrance and put Rey Mysterio's old music to it. It's just like, yes, that so works.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think that match alone was just like such a great start to the card. In my opinion,
of an update on that one as well. Turns out the concussion that he got wasn't the elbow to the back of the head.
I'm sure it helped.
No, but it was after that. It was one of the kicks in the corner.
The one that caught him right in the back of the neck?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That looked vicious.
That's what actually did it.
Yeah, and like, my dad thought it was just like really theatrics and the dramatics of sell the injury. They have the stretcher and the ice packs out. I'm like, no, I think he really did hurt himself. I mean, they make it really do look competitive, like, real MMA fight. I love their fighting style.
In all honesty, it's 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
It was staged. That was always the way it was going to finish, with him going out on the stretcher.
Oh, okay.
The actual thing is, he legit sort of got a mild concussion, so therefore they're resting him.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a little bit of a concern, because guess who doesn't have a New Japan contract and never has done?
That's interesting.
Very interesting, but it was a very like a hard hitting match, probably the hardest hitting match that I think that night had. I don't think any match really could have been on top of this first match. I mean, this was just an incredible first match to open up the event,
which fucked over the juniors.
Yep.
The juniors traditionally open the show. They decided to have two juniors that were going as seniors instead. And therefore the bloody triple threat junior tag got buried, forgotten about.
Which is the next match on the show.
Oh yeah.
See? Point proven.
No, because like
oh yeah, that happened. Yeah, okay.
I know. I was just seeing.
Shit went down.
No, I was just seeing what time I have. Like, I have to unsubscribed from PowerSlam.tv. My 1 month ended. I didn't even use.
Are you
website
using burner accounts?
No, I actually redeemed a promo code from Wrestling Inc. I think it was for PowerSlam TV. But I pay for Powerbomb TV, which is now renamed IndependentWrestling.tv. So that's obviously where to go for independent wrestling. That's a cheap plug right there. But yeah, see, it was as a first time viewer of NJPW Wrestle Kingdom. Like, I'm not gonna always be very familiar. That's with any wrestling company. Familiar with names and the order the matches were. Plus, this was like at 2:30 in the morning. Because like the first match went it felt like it went 30 minutes.
No,
yeah, it went 20, but it really felt like it went longer because when I looked at the clock and it was like 2:24 and the match it was in the final moments, I said, "Wow!" The turn to my dad, I said, excluded the entrances. This is really, grueling match. We were even physically exhausted by that match, and but the second match took a breather after the first. I think the second match was good.
Is this where we tell him, Owen, that last year's show was 6.5 hours?
Yeah, it was.
I did see something about that online.
So good.
Yeah, people did mention that on Twitter. That
people were complaining that the show was too short.
Well, I mean, thank God it wasn't 6.5 hours. But
that means for the first time ever, WrestleMania is going to be longer than Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh my God! I see WrestleMania. People think I joke about that. It truly is going to be. It's already half of a day event. This is going to be a 1-day whole event. I mean, Wrestle Kingdom is already going to be a 2-night event next year, which I don't know how the hell I would be able to do if I ever did win a Fight TV Pass again. But yeah, WrestleMania will be ahead of Wrestle Kingdom. It's just as big as Wrestle Kingdom. We know that. And it will be longer 1 year. There will be 1 year. It will just be ridiculously long.
Yeah, the junior tag is only going about 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is way shorter than usual.
I mean, there's a lot going on. So, I mean, heck, WrestleMania this year is on the day of the Star Wars Dark Side Half Marathon. So,
okay, here we go.
That's going to be a fun day for me.
I got the match card in front of me now.
I'm more intrigued now by what Aaron actually thought of Stone Pitbull versus the King of Brexit.
And that is the next match anyway, so yes.
I remember this match. Why is this not listed on here? Was it an impromptu match?
No.
What?
Are you?
I'm looking at the card.
Wikipedia.
Right, yeah, I'm looking at the Fight TV description. I don't see it on the card.
Oh, don't go fucking there. Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Yep.
Yes.
Wrestle Kingdom 13 Wikipedia.
That actually has the card.
Well, because I remember this match, and it was another hard hitter match. It wasn't hard hitting like the first match though, like Will and Ibushi had. But I did like Stone Pitbull. I think he was really tough. He's got to be middle aged. How old is he?
That's an interesting thing to ask about Tomohiro Ishii.
To Wikipedia. He's in his mid-40s.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was
40s, but the important thing is the guy he was up against, who apparently isn't actually linked in the fucking Wikipedia. What genius bloody detail that is.
Very interesting.
Zach's 31, so there's sort of a 12-year age difference.
Okay, yeah, now I know. Yeah, Zach Sabre Jr. Yeah, no, the two different generations in the ring, and for what it was, I see here what you guys see is about a 12-minute match. Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty. It was a stiff match. It was very stiff. Basically, a high flyer versus well, I wouldn't say a high flyer. I would say it was very technical. There was a lot of technicality in the match. I mean, it was for the championship.
British wrestling versus I'll beat the fuck out of you wrestling.
Yeah. No, basically, that's where I was getting at. Yeah. Yeah, so that was a good match too, and I've seen Zack Sabre Jr. before. Wait, was he in Lucha Underground?
No.
No.
No? Oh, I thought I remember his name before. Well, I definitely seen it before, whether it was ROH or any other
That was more likely.
indie promotion or.
He's been in ROH recently.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's probably where I seen him last.
I think he's probably talking. He might be talking about WCPW back in the day.
I never seen What Culture Pro Wrestling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Then the
I believe I've definitely branched out. Years ago I was not watching ROH and not really into the indie scene, so I'm really branching out as a wrestling fan. So I'm not like a WWE fanboy as I was for years.
the Young Bucks farewell with LIJ.
See, I thought I was the only one that noticed this, and I should have tweeted about it because it pretty was like epic. Tama Tonga. I'd shown my dad a compilation of like Tama Tonga interviews, and he just cracked up. He immediately likes him. He so funny when he did the Roman Reigns mock entrance, and then this with Vince McMahon. Tama Tonga is like such a treasure. He really should be signed to All Elite Wrestling. Whether it's a good guy or a bad guy, I think he'd be a great acquisition. And this was my first match with him, seeing him in it. Of course, Sonata and Evil. Evil's entrance was pretty creepy. And the Young Bucks just doing what they do. Yeah, I wanted a super kick party. Thought we should have gotten one because we got one at ROH Final Battle, but I thought it was
that isn't down as much in Japan.
Yeah, I thought it was a good send off though. Good quick 10-minute match. I forgot how short it was. So it says here 10 minutes 16 seconds, but good tag team match.
Cody and Juice.
Better tag team title match than we saw on Raw tonight. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Then Cody and Juice.
This one, too short. Too short. I wasn't expecting this to be as short of a match as it was. They mistakenly said and acclaimed Cody Rhodes as president of All Elite Wrestling. We all know who the president's going to be. Might be Tony Khan, but he's going to be the executive producer. It made sense in this case to drop another title. So he's carrying a lot less gold around. I think. Does he have any more gold left after this, or is that the last one? He's no champion anymore of any promotion. I think this was the last championship he lost. Because he had a few. He was like a gold collector like Austin Aries, but knows how to sell and not walk out in a match. Juice Robinson, Cody. Juice Robinson looks so familiar. So damn familiar. Is he the guy that would go on strike with like a big sign? I forgot what it would say in the early days of NXT.
Yep.
Oh my god, I knew it.
CJ Parker.
CJ Parker.
What a star. Yep. What a star has he become. And leave it to NJPW to turn him into a star and a household name. So good to see him already like really up there in the ranks of really Cody Rhodes. I mean, he kind of semi-main evented in this case, halfway through the show against Cody Rhodes, arguably the biggest wrestler in the independent circuit, one of the biggest. And Brandi Rhodes, gun. wanted to help out her hubby. Almost got in the way of things again, but so I thought it did what it was supposed to do. Both wrestlers' abilities, but it was just too short of a match to see someone like Cody drop a title like that. So, but the result was not surprising at all.
Next, the match where they killed a kid.
I've been very fortunate to see Taiji Ishimori several times thanks to the Impact tapings in Orlando when they had that NJPW talent exchange, which really benefited them. You know, that all these partnerships on the side the NJPW has had is really kind of giving them a presence into.
It was when Taiji Ishimori was part of Noah.
Noah, yeah.
Noah. Oh, Noah. So now did he just he left Noah, now he's contracted NJPW?
I think he left Noah for sure. He left the contract that he had there. I don't know what the setup is.
Because that was right.
In terms of New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
It may be sort of similar to the setup that they have with Ibushi, and that he does shows for them because he hasn't been around for the last couple of months really, and he made like one appearance I think for Impact while being a New Japan person, but really hasn't since.
Mm.
New Japan are not friends.
Yeah, because he did at least once or twice, I believe, because like it was last year, of course. The last quarter of the year, like when they went to Las Vegas. Was Las Vegas or no?
Clacton.
No, it was Toronto where they did Slamversary in that venue.
I'm from Winnipeg, you asshole.
That's what I remember when I saw the Bone Soldier entrance video, and he's part of the Bullet Club. So, I don't know why. I think at this point I was just really I waited all night because one of the matches I really want to see was Chris Jericho and Tasia Nacho. I'm gonna pronounce these names wrong. So I think I was on my phone during this match. I don't know why, because it's for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. So I think this match and the match that followed it, I think I was just a tad bit bored, or I was on my phone to keep me awake because I'm looking at a bright screen, and at this point it's like 4 a.m, almost 4 a.m. So couldn't really tell you much about these two matches.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. It gets even more interesting. If you guys wanted to give your thoughts in these two matches, or we can jump to the Chris Jericho match.
Well, I mean, I've been wanting to say this on camera for a while, and I may get some heat for this, but I'm gonna say it right now. I don't like Jay White. I don't think he's a convincing heel. I don't think he's the answer New Japan needs. And for all intents and purposes, Jay White's Jinder Mahal.
Shanti. You need to Shanti.
It's someone that really didn't get a chance right away. Somebody that has a lot of talent, but can't really do anything with it. He's saddled with a leader of the new Bullet Club, which we'll see how well that goes. And they're going to push him to the stars, whether we want it or not, until we want it in the long run, which a lot of people bought into Jinder at the end. So that's exactly what Jay White is to me. And plus, he bores the daylights out of me.
He's the Roman Reigns of NJPW.
No.
You said pushed it to the stars, but
No, he's the next top heel in the company, and I get that. He's the one going after Tana. But the thing about it is that I'm annoyed by is I bought Jay White better in Ring of Honor.
Mm. Wow. Damn. Sorry, I just look at the match run times for the last two matches, but yeah, from what I remember that I saw in the video package that aired before the Jay White match was that, Jay White was a cocky heel. So it kind of worked for me, but the way that the match is placed on the card and like his position in the company, I can kind of agree with you. But then again, this is like my third or fourth time seeing NJPW because I did see the NJPW live stream for free. Because when is there ever a chance to catch an NJPW for free? When it was on Twitch, and it turned out to be a nightmare of a stream and things that went wrong that night in Daytona Beach. But it was cool to see NJPW in the US.
Funny you mentioned that. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, I know there was a slur of dates that they just kept announcing on commentary, like, we're gonna be here, we're gonna be there, and like, damn, why did you just announce the whole damn calendar year for NJPW?
You're gonna be in my fucking asshole.
But yeah, no, I can kind of see where Owen sees Jay White long term, not as the heel as NJPW makes them out to be. Him out to be.
He may surprise me. He probably will, but right now, I don't get it.
We'll see next month.
I know.
We will see next month. So the co-main.
Yeah. Jericho and Tetsuya Naito.
Oh man, the match I waited all night for. It started, and probably 5 or 10 minutes in, I pulled the sheets over my body and I drifted away into Velveteen Dream. I don't know. No, but I literally did fall asleep. It's not the match. It was just at this point, it was almost 5 a.m. And I basically missed, I would think I missed the entire match. Because I didn't see, I fell asleep at the point where it was just getting started.
He said drift away.
I know he did.
And he didn't even say fucking Elias, you bastard.
That's what I said it. I meant Elias. You know I didn't say it. That's what I meant. But and at this point I should have put on my Velveteen Dream sleeping mask that I got from the Loot Crate, WWE Slam Crate. Shout out to them, by the way. I got that 2-month subscription.
That actually fucking exists.
It was great. It's a Velveteen Dream sleeping mask. It's
if they did WWE condoms back in the day.
Oh God! I mean, well, just wait. I'm trying to subscribe to Pro Wrestling Crate. I don't have the funds right now. I wanted the crate this month, Best of the Indies. It had my favorites in there, but I digress. It's cheaper than Loot Crate.
Go around the back of Pro Wrestling Tees and get all the bloody Bullet Club merch that they just chucked out back because they're not selling it anymore.
Oh well, I'm trying to. I want to purchase a Change the World Elite shirt, and I want to purchase some All Elite Wrestling merchandise. That varsity jacket, I got my eyes on that. The hat and the shirt. So I'm going to be a
fanatic. Hot topic sooner rather than later.
Oh my God!
Tomorrow they're probably going to give away about 1,000.
No way!
If I didn't have to work tomorrow, I totally would go.
Oh, see, I don't work for the next 2 days after today, and I told my friend, this is so funny. I think he lives in
a house.
No, it starts with a D. He lives in Claremont or Davenport. Yeah, that's it.
He lives in Iowa.
Yeah, he lives in Iowa. I told him about the I told him about the rally, and because he remembers. He's a fan of indie wrestling. I should start from the beginning because he used to attend ROH events in New Jersey where he's from. And he works with me, of course. And I told him about the rally, and then I told him where it was, and he says, "Oh, well," he said, "Jacksonville is pretty far away for a rally." I said, "Yeah, they're pretty." So, there goes my chances of trying to convince someone to take me to Jacksonville. Take me to the leader, Cody Rhodes. But at least we get to see it on television. That's a smart call. One of the smart calls from last week to stream this event online for fans to see. I mean, it's free, so why not? Yeah, on YouTube, Brandy Rhodes Instagram, which is random. Twitter, through Periscope, IE Wrestling. Beware of the social media fake accounts. I knew what they said. I couldn't even find them because there are accounts. One that said really official. I'm like, okay, is it really, really official? So there are out there the fake accounts, and then I think Facebook. I think Facebook they're going to stream it on there as well. So
yeah,
but it's going to be on multiple platforms for us to all see. And is this a rally? Is this a fun word for what's going to be a press conference, or is this going to be a rally?
A rally.
Okay, so
a rally, but at the same time teasing Double or Nothing.
We're gonna get.
Which is basically going to be the pilot to whatever the future is for AEW.
We'll get the official announcement of SoCal Uncensored signing too.
Yeah. So this is going to be interesting. I can't wait for it. It's going to be several hours before SmackDown Live. It's within walking distance to SmackDown Live. I didn't not understand on Twitter why Dirt Sheet said WWE will monitor the event. How do you monitor the event? I know they're going to be watching, but why would you worry about an event taking place nearby you? It's not beating you in the ratings. It hasn't taken off. It's not WCW. So this is WWE just overreacted that, it's Dusty's son and his father tried to make a labor union against Vince McMahon, so we have to watch out for Cody.
Yeah, well,
in a way,
take into account that these guys have sort of come from nothing in the last 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
And they could possibly get a major television deal with somebody like TBS in 2 years, which WWE has earned for over the past, 30?
Yep.
Because Primetime Wrestling was on USA in the mid to early 80s, not just on USA in the late 80s.
And that's what I love about them is that, the so many fans, it's probably a minority, and even like one of the people that I've talked to at work from time to time say that All In was a one-night success. This is not going to be a long-term success. I don't know how you can think that All In determines that was a one-night success. All In, if anything, was an experiment of what kind of wrestling fans this caters to, and this caters to the fans of hardcore, lucha, submission, and everything in between. And Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks, what they're going to do is truly change the landscape of wrestling. If they are going to do that, they have the money to do it. Not just with themselves, probably solely with Tony Khan. And if they do land the Time Warner deal, Ted Turner deal, it is going to be pretty incredible. And it's going to make WWE, better their product than it is now, because, the fresh start I'm seeing is, somewhat of the same shit that we were used to seeing in the past 5 years, maybe even more. So this is a breath of fresh air. That's what I love more about Cody Rhodes and Young Bucks. I should have been fans of them for the past 2 years when they've taken off. But it was really last year where they made me turn my head and say, oh, look what they're doing with All In. They already got like Eric Bischoff, someone like Eric Bischoff give them advice, take it slow, let it grow. He should know. He was the one that ran WCW into the ground. So,
Well,
I'm not sure if I would take advice from him, but at least he wished them luck. I mean, that's a damn good endorsement because he is right. What they did was special and different. They do have their finger on the pulse of wrestling, and tomorrow is just going to be another chapter written in the AEW movement. Because it is going to be a movement, and it's going to turn into a revolution.
and then getting back on track, John Cena versus Undertow.
God. But yeah, so off my soapbox about AEW, you can tell I'm really a strong supporter. The main event I didn't even see because I was asleep. I was sound asleep. I passed out, and I see here that it went almost an hour long. So I'm like, damn it, I have to watch that when I
went 39 minutes. It didn't go an hour long.
Okay, that's almost an hour.
Don't feed into the Chris Charlton bloody propaganda.
You round into the 40 minutes. What was it? A 5-star match, Dave Metzler?
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah, exactly. It was an amazing match.
Is that Dave Metzler and Ryan Albuquerque?
No. I say Dave Metzler. I don't know if it came out that way. It probably did.
Yes.
But I bet it was an amazing match. It said here Kenny Omega was with Matt and Nick Jackson. Did they really accompany him to the ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed up for a little bit.
Oh, that's nice of them. Those youth bucks.
They dragged him to the back after the match was over.
Yeah,
the annoying thing is I've just realized I've missed the most important thing tonight. Kill Billy. If you've seen the clips from it with Kairi Sane being cross-eyed, Jesus Christ. I think we found the new orgasm pick to be used on all bloody WWF gifts. It's Kairi just going complete major cross-eye. It's like, holy shit. So, what we didn't talk about, Owen, was the dash. And
yeah,
the reason why we didn't do a show is not a lot happened for a change.
Yeah, there wasn't really much to the dash this year.
And this was free
on New Japan World, yeah.
See, like, is there such a thing as NJPW World free trial?
Not that I'm aware of.
No, there's not.
Certain events are free, though. Certain events are free.
Oh, so that
randomly.
So I could have logged on without subscribed and paid with my.
You don't even have to log on. You just go to the website, click on the thing, and it will work.
Oh, I should. Well, then that would have meant another night that I stay up until 2 a.m. So I'm glad I missed it.
Well, no, because New Year's Dash starts at 4:30
in the afternoon.
No, in the morning.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It started
not as early as start.
Oh man, yeah, no, I definitely couldn't have seen it then. I noticed it on Twitter that it said it was free. I'm like, it was free. So I probably can't even see the replay.
From what I remember last year, 1 or 2 nights of the Best of the Super Juniors tournament, which is like May time, they're normally free. And obviously there is the free match of the week, but that's not just on New Japan. Well, I think that's on New Japan World, but mainly actually just on the YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Of which I recommend you catch it because this week's free match is Dragon Lee versus Kamitachi, a.k.a. Hiroshi Tanahashi, a.k.a. the 2 guys that do fucking crazy shit on each other because they can. To build up to the Fantastica Mania shows, of which one of the matches on the card is going to be a tie-in to that My Daddy is a Pro Wrestler thing that Tanahashi was in. He's going to be in his masked persona with somebody else that I don't recognize versus Makabe and Okada, except they're playing like the Golden Dragons or something, and Okada's got a fake belt because he's supposed to be the champion in the movie universe or something. Some crazy shit anyway. But yeah, with the Dash, the 6-man tag titles didn't change. Mainly thanks to Chase Owens and Yujiro reuniting with the Bullet Club.
Yep.
But you see, Tamatonga's still a good guy. Honest. Well, maybe. What was trying to see if can still get there we go. So we don't know the cards yet for the American shows.
No.
But we did get the cards announced for the Japanese shows. So over the 2 nights in Sapporo, it's mainly just singles matches and tag matches to build up to upcoming stuff. The main title stuff actually happens on night 2 of Sapporo, which is February the 3rd, which is a Sunday. 3 title matches on that one. Shingo and Bushi defending against former champs El Desperado and Kanemaru. Evil and Sonata put the tag belts on the line against Suzuki and Sabre Jr. And Naito defending against Taichi. A belt which I feel more comfortable with in terms of Taichi actually taking on rather than the never openweight. And then with Osaka, the following Monday, February 11th, we're going to have Okada versus Bad Luck Fale and a 1-on-1, along with 2 title matches. Taiji Shimori defending the junior heavyweight title against Ryusuke Taguchi.
Interesting.
And Hiroshi Tanahashi defending the heavyweight title against Jiro Aito. It's worth noting that around when these shows are supposed to be happening, Ospreay is currently scheduled to be doing World of Sport stuff. So he might not even be part of the New Japan shows in America. Unless he gets pulled from them. Because New Japan is New Japan. New Japan is awesome.
More stuff coming out of the Dash. Found out that Takashi Iizuka is going to be hanging it up soon.
Yeah, he's finally retiring. He'll be having his farewell, I believe, at the Korakuen Hall show. I think it's February 21st.
Yep.
Something like that. Also, Kushida is done. Had a very emotional press conference with Tanahashi showing up in the background to hog the limelight. It's just like, all of a sudden the voice comes at the back of the room and the camera pans and, oh, look, it's Tanahashi. Because I haven't seen the translated version. It just seems a bit like, he's sort of giving props to Kushida and whatever. But at the same time, it's like, let him do it himself. Or did he do it because then he knew Kushida would break down in tears?
We saw the dissolution of the Best Friends, it looked like.
Nearly. I'm not saying definitively.
Chucky T goes completely insane and lays out both Juice and Finley with chairs.
Yeah, but that's obviously to build to the US shows.
Yep.
And also looking at it, considering who isn't on those cards, at least from what I can tell, because I need to have a look at the notes again. Oh no, Tamatonga and Tangaloa are on there doing stuff. I thought they weren't, and then they might be doing American stuff.
Let's see. So Hyro, welcome to 2019, Hyro. He says, "Oh, and it's 2019. You have to be excited for Raw. New year, new you." Nope.
But nice try.
I think at this point, I would probably be better off just watching the pay-per-view product and leaving it like that.
Wow. John Paul was right. You don't watch them.
One Triple S says, "I'm ashamed to ask, but where's Kenny Omega going?" Let's talk about AEW now.
Yeah. We go double or nothing.
Being the Elite, of course, just dropped earlier today.
Elite, be elite, be elite.
Jesus Christ! I thought I was a mark.
I really am though. I really am.
Marky Mark and the Mark Bunch over there from St. Mark's in Marksville.
Right now,
His favorite shop is Marks and Spencer.
Dear Lord. Right now, One Triple S, yeah, it's looking more and more likely that Kenny is going to be joining All Elite Wrestling as nature intended.
Mm-hmm.
See, the funny thing is, One Triple S says, "Ashley, now that Fox chose WWE over UFC, what do you think of the new ESPN era for UFC?"
Hasn't bloody started yet. They haven't had their first show. We've still got 2 weeks.
And we'll talk about UFC in a little bit.
I was watching ESPN's Ariel Helwani anyway for his MMA stuff on Twitter and all that. So it's not that much different at the minute. The most controversial thing with the first show, of course, is they've got women that stand up for women's rights against a guy who's already been convicted of domestic abuse against his ex-wife. So, you know, that isn't awkward at all.
When did Chris Brown become a mixed martial artist?
I'm trying to remember who it is now.
Don't ask me to perform the halftime show. I turn it down.
So other news coming out of the Dash is right now, I want to see Yuji Nagata and Tomohiro Ishii in a Haas fight immediately. And as much as humanly possible.
Hardy, hard.
Yeah, there we go. Greg Hardy, 2014, found guilty of assaulting an ex-girlfriend and sentenced to 18 months probation. Being on the same card as Rachel Ostovich, who literally only 2 months ago was assaulted in her hometown by her husband, leaving her with a broken orbital bone. With a 9-minute video, apparently, with her husband repeatedly saying, "I'm going to fucking murder you." So yeah, we have a convicted person that assaulted their girlfriend on the same card as a woman who's only just come back from being attempted murdered by her husband. That isn't awkward at all. Good job, ESPN. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun. I mean, with Kenny, I figured it was more likely to be All Elite.
Yeah, same.
But then again, could he be working everybody? I mean, we'll find out tomorrow with the stuff, but I think technically his contract does expire at the end of the month.
Yeah, I think it's January 31st, actually. Specifically that day.
So there is the possibility that he might not show up if he did want to go to Raw until like February. Because he's a guy that likes to do the sort of honorable thing, if you will. And do stuff like that, so I don't know. We'll see.
And Kenny has never really been one to worry about money at this point either. So I mean, it's all
but then
about.
You look at all the various different claims that have been made as to the offers that have been made to him. Like, he's got creative control on all gaming stuff that he wanted to do.
The creative control thing has been proven as a work. One Triple S says, remember when Ashley was a badass fighting for Strikeforce? Now he's just a pawn for WWE.
Who is?
I don't know who he's talking about. Ira says, Ashley, did you hear about a fighter beating a guy who tried to rob her? Yeah, I saw a picture of that, actually.
Yeah. What? That seems to be a problem in Brazil. I wouldn't say she was high profile as like some of the fighters, but quite often you see when they have like the F1 Grand Prix, they have to now have giant security teams on each of the drivers because in recent years they just have people rob them at gunpoint, sort of thing, and take all their money. So this guy wanted a woman's phone, and she went, okay. And she beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah. Hyra was talking about Lashley, not he left the L out.
Oh. Let's be honest, Lashley lost it when he left 12 years ago.
He's got his Drew Hill vest from the Wild Wild West video at this point too.
When Lashley left that first time, that's immediately where it went wrong.
Again, Lashley was pretty much only really relevant in Impact.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
And even then, it was to a lesser extent.
Yeah.
Some of the time, some of the stuff he was doing there was just as questionable as what he's doing at the minute. Those fucking sisters.
Hyro asks, who could AEW really sign? The only one I can think of is Joey Janela. Yeah.
Hey.
There's a lot of people that they could sign.
Joey's got his deal with Game Changer Wrestling.
Yep.
I don't think you'd be seeing Nick fucking Gage on a bloody all elite show.
No, I doubt it.
More likely Jimmy Havoc.
I could see that. Now, I think
Jimmy Havoc might have MLW commitment, so
I hope they sign Jimmy Jacobs too. But he's working. Last time I checked, he's working as a red agent for Impact.
Probably.
So another reason why I was thinking that All Elite was going to be the destination, and Aaron brought it up, like glanced over it, talking about the Daytona show for the CEO Fighting Game Championships.
Oh, yes.
Which Kenny is very strong about that cause. And, of course, friends with, Jabali?
Jabated.
And
we're not on Twitch. Nobody can spam the emote, damn it.
Pretty much already confirmed to the live crowd after the show was over that it was coming back. Something tells me that the second When Worlds Collide show for CEO Fighting Game Championship is going to be co-branded with All Elite Wrestling. Same with the Jericho Cruise too.
Huh. See,
that's how I see it.
That's another thing that AEW could benefit a lot from that fans are not noticing is they're going to have a lot of co-branded shows. This is not going to be a standalone promotion at first. That is going to help them build into a what hopes they should be a mainstream promotion.
Well, I mean, I don't know exactly who they're working with at this point because it's not New Japan and Ring of Honor, so.
No, and it might hurt them that they don't have those two partnerships, but why would they? They've basically taken themselves out of their companies, and they were some of the biggest draws in those two promotions. So why would you partner up with AEW? So I can kind of see if it's a business thing, not personal. But those two companies are going to flourish with or without the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes. I don't think with them gone, it's going to hurt those companies at all. I mean, look at ROH. They're going to have a WrestleMania-style Super Bowl event at the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, but the problem is that's technically New Japan.
Yep, it's a New Japan show.
It's a co-promotional, like how they aren't mentioning it on the Japanese stuff.
Yeah, but both promotions can take credit for it. I mean, even if NJPW can takes full credit, ROH can take half credit.
Well, it literally is half credit because it's a co-branded super show.
Yes.
And that'll probably be a Fight TV streamed event, so I will be hustling.
Well, because of course, if you do notice, right at the bottom of all the press releases so far for All or Nothing, there's an interesting little logo at the bottom. Anybody see it?
The what?
I haven't noticed.
Logo at the bottom.
What logo at the bottom?
Of the All Elite Double or Nothing things.
Oh, the rally?
There's a little logo at the bottom.
You say a little logo at the bottom. I'm going to guess, is it StarCast?
Hold on. Yep, StarCast is coming back.
StarCast,
See, I like how they do these
Googling.
little hints.
I mean, the rumor and innuendo is that there is going to be another StarCast.
I see what you did there. There was definitely going to be another StarCast. It was pretty much a foregone conclusion after last time.
So, tonight's Raw, I really don't know what to think of it. In all honesty. We open up with, in memory of Mean Gene. And then all of a sudden a fight's breaking out between Lashley and Seth. That randomly went outside onto this stage and then whatever. And then John Cena came out and he said, it's time for everybody to step up or step aside, because it's the road to WrestleMania, and that's why Seth was so fired up. And Cena's not stepping aside again, and he's declaring himself for the Rumble. Drew shows up and says, Vince called you the greatest of all time. And you know what? I agree. And I've developed a reputation for taking out the greats, like the Shield, and I'm going, with respect, it was Dean that destroyed the Shield. Or are you saying, Drew, that you caused Roman Reigns cancer? Are we going to that storyline again?
Oh!
We're going to that storyline again, Dean.
Oh.
But then before Drew could even get to the ring for a fight, Leo Rush is like, Seth attacked us last week. He's attacked us tonight. Raw is cancelled. And then I swear I saw at least 4 people just walking out. It was just like, well, it's cancelled, guys. But then Seth attacked him, then Dean came out, and then Finn Balor randomly showed up. And then fucking Teddy Long burst through the ring via the Kushida exploding child method and said, "Hold on, player. I'm making this a 6-man tag." And then he rewound time because he used Doc Brown Taguchi's Back to the Future stuff.
That made me stop in my tracks. Like I walked out of my room to get like a snack or go to the bathroom or something, and I had to like stop what I was doing, and I looked at it like, this is heavy. Like I'm watching this.
They exploded that child. Best line from Don Callis.
See, what I want to quickly say is I don't understand the logic here. Or maybe we just haven't been used to a chaotic start to Raw, if you will. So you have a brawl that starts out between like this is literally how Raw starts out. Show graphic of Mean Gene.
Show respect to Mean Gene. Fuck him. Let's have a fight.
Yeah, no, it was just like that. Like, yeah, really. It's just show a graphic and you hear the crowd, clap, and then you hear hey, 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 and then you hear the whole crowd, oh. So it's just like, okay, that escalated quickly. And then you have the brawls between Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley, right? And so how the hell, in the blue hell, even though it's not SmackDown Live, do you have a 6-man tag when it's between Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins? At least Finn Balor was booked, and he went over, thanks to Seth Rollins in the match. But I just did not understand that logic. You have these, 4 other guys randomly come out, whether it's, when it's between Bobby Lashley, oh, nutty Bobby Lashley, and I love that, and Seth Rollins. So, but this match, Seth Rollins prevailed, and Monday Night Rollins did not cancel.
It should have been, because
it was
20-minute. That 20-minute match felt like it went 40.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. I was just gonna say that. And it was way, way too long. And what match has 2 commercial breaks?
Well, with respect, the brawl happened, and the first commercial break was, "Hold on, player, 6-man tag, motherfuckers." So, in essence, you only saw the match slightly in progress when they came back from the first break.
Well, did anybody get a headache or just had to shake their head, given how much that damn camera shook during the brawl, or was it just me? I am tired of WWE.
I thought Paul Greengrass was directing.
Yes, I mean, my dad literally said, "Tell the cameramen to stop drinking Red Bull before they film, because it is
fucking
so
Blair Witch Project."
It really was. It was so bad. I mean, my dad had to walk out of the room. I called him in. I said, "Look, there's a brawl. There's something exciting on WWE for a change." And then he's like, "I can't watch him. Give me a headache." It was so bad. It almost looked like the cameraman.
There was a brawl that took place between Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley.
The last 2 words of that sentence prove that it wasn't interesting.
No, I don't. I haven't left the chat one triple S. I'm just trying to find a spot to drop into this WWE conversation. So,
drop in, Owen. Drop in.
Ashley Hyra wants to know if you've seen clips of Jack Swagger's MMA debut.
He debuted. I mean, Lesnar tested positive for UFC, so what else is new?
Was that actually this weekend?
I believe so.
That wasn't promoted or covered by Dirt Sheets at all.
Jake Hager's debut is January 26th. It's Royal Rumble weekend.
Oh,
so they're talking about clips and that's in not past tense, but present tense or future tense, I guess.
I've seen some of his stuff. Because of his amateur wrestling background, he's going to be somewhat good at it. But
I'd say so.
At the same time, it's just like he's tainted goods.
Yeah.
You know, he could never go to the UFC because, you know,
Smoke weed every day.
Oh Lord.
Read the people. Do you not remember that shit?
Oh, I remember We the People very well. Kenny could swerve us and go to Impact. No, not happening.
Kenny could swerve us and go to Shimmer. That'd be the true swerve.
DDT.
Oh yeah, no, whoever.
Oh, no, he was there.
I know he'll go back.
Whoever said just now that Kenny Omega go to Impact, as much as a fan and supporter I still am of Impact to this day, that is totally out of the question. They cannot afford him. Ed Nordholm and Anthem cannot afford him. It is AEW or WWE.
We talked about AEW working with Impact as something I brought up on what is it? The Wrestle Kingdom Popcast.
You know, see, if they were one of the partnerships with Impact would do it. Impact, I really think if AEW reached out to Impact because Cody Rhodes spent his time there and he had a damn good feud with Moose, my opinion, it was a good feud.
Yeah, but the Bucks time at Impact was rough.
How rough? I liked them. See, I didn't even know it was them when they renamed themselves the Young Bucks. That's when I got back into them too. It was like when it's Generation Me. Look at that, still on, still wrestling after all these years. But I think that would benefit both promotions, especially Impact, who've made the very very smart, fan friendly decision to stream Impact Wrestling on Twitch every night.
Every Friday. Hold your horses, man. Hold your horses.
See, this is why this show goes 3 hours. The thing is,
I'm just saying. Because, they also have the Twitch stream, so would there ever be Impact and AEW show?
We'll get to that.
One thing at a time, Aaron. God. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm still trying to
Don't make me Marty McFly you and explode you like that kid.
Exactly. So we already talked about this as an option, and apparently one of the original rumors, take it with a grain of salt, but AEW was offered to buy Impact, and they turned it down.
Yeah, because Ed, is a sensible dumb fuck.
I think AAA takes credit for Impact because really Impact doesn't have talent exclusive to them. Yeah, just as long as they get rid of Killer Cross, they're good to go.
What?
Killer Cock. I think that's what he was trying to say.
Well, hold on. They don't have talent exclusive to them?
No.
Okay. Oh, God. I don't know how to say that.
And Hyra is bringing out Walter going to WWE, but then again, it was their small wrestling channels.
Oh my God, I cannot wait for this fucking Saturday. It's happening, motherfuckers!
What if Kenny got the AJ treatment? Yeah. I hope AEW has a good women's division. Lately, the WWE and the Impact women's division aren't very good. It's funny because if you look at everybody that Impact has under contract right now, that's a stellar division.
Mm-hmm.
Which division? The X division, heavyweight, or knockouts? Or tag? Oh, yeah, no, it really is. Yeah. Finally, they get some credit for their knockouts division. It really is a stacked division.
Plus the person that isn't even under contract.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jordan Grace.
Yeah. Because the thing is that with Impact, I lost my train of thought about Impact. Oh,
Talk about Raw.
Wait, I don't want to talk about Raw.
I do.
I'm just trying to get.
I'm kidding.
I'm trying to get to these chat messages because everybody takes the time to send them out. I wanted to go into them. We're going to rapid fire.
Forget the fans. We're going to listen to the fans now.
AEW currently has Britt Baker under contract now. That's official, so that's a start. Hyra says finally Ospreay out of the junior division, and Goto lost the title for the 4th time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Aries right now? He hasn't seen him since what happened with the middle finger incident. Yeah, no one knows.
He's wrestled. He just wrestled for like PCW or something. Like
he showed up in Hawaii. Yeah. He was in some Hawaii show where he just showed up and did a shoot.
So, that's what I want to. That's what I want to say real quick about Impact. Impact has an owner who is afraid to expand. I don't think that Nordholm wants to take Impact to the stars, and spend a lot of money on it. That's all I wanted to say. I don't think he wants to invest a lot into it.
I want to know what that.
I'll get to it. I'm trying. Hyra says it's just me or don't care about the Universal title. What's up with Lashley's Bellator contract?
He's still under contract with Bellator?
Nah, probably just expired.
Oh.
Of course, they can't afford Kenny. Impact doesn't even have talent of their own. It's all either Defiant and AAA.
Can't believe you can say Impact does not have talent.
The Bucks run in Impact is not bad compared to Okada's TNA run. Yeah, I'll give him that. Hyra says we don't care about Raw. One Triple S says Raw just sucks.
Thank you. See, I got 2 people on my side.
Impact is just.
You cannot say that Raw sucks because of what they did on the show. That's why we need to get to it.
I've gone through the chat messages, so continue.
Anyway, the face is won, and then Rollins is like, looking happy. And then the Tron just randomly shows Triple H backstage speaking with Bayley and Sasha. It's like, okay.
Me too.
And then he knocks the coffee out of his hand, and he wants a title match tonight. And so Triple H goes, yep, okay. You get your title match tonight. And it's Falls Count Anywhere. Welcome back, Seth. He was never gone. So then we had the Mean Gene tribute. You could tell there was some booing when Hogan did come out.
I didn't hear that.
Because he's still tainted goods, obviously.
Right.
He had a big Mean Gene Mania shirt on, just like the old days.
That was very WrestleMania 1. I liked it very much.
And Hogan said he came out in character because that's what Oakland would have wanted.
Yep.
And by saying that, it actually sort of put aside the whole Razzmatazz intro that he did actually get, and it was just like, because I feared it would happen, but when he said it, you sort of thought, no, Gene would have wanted it, and it's like, I mean, the tribute, the key thing about the tribute video, it featured put that cigarette out. 2, it featured fuck it. And 3, it closed with the Hall of Fame closing line. If I die and we have a ceremony, you put me in the coffin the wrong way around. So then I can tell all my critics to kiss my ass. That's how they ended it. It was just like, yes.
One thing that WWE does not get enough credit for is their editorial team. Yeah. When it comes to these video packages, they're always very powerful and emotional. Definitely pull the heartstrings. I nearly cried and teared up with the Hall of Fame line. And the
They
fact that
included "fuck it" though.
yeah, yeah, oh,
I mean,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
they dubbed it. It was just like silenced out.
Yeah, it was fun because they did include it on the their Hall of Fame video package about him that they just uploaded to their playlist on YouTube channel. But which I watched some of those videos
And
because
they put that cigarette out bit, which is just like
yeah, they
completely
did.
random from
Mm-hmm.
Royal Rumble '92. Because all you remember from that mainly is the whole "it's not fair to Flair" and Flair's speech afterwards. You don't remember Mean Gene getting angry, going, "Put that cigarette out."
and you know, for a fan like me who hadn't not been alive during his heyday and in his prime, you know, he did leave an effect on me. You know, for someone who's been a wrestling fan for almost 20 years now, and um, this was a heartfelt tribute. This was not about Hulk Hogan. This was not about anything he wanted to promote or anything that WWE wanted him to be a part of, like host WrestleMania again from the Superdome. You know, this was about
Or name redacted Saudi Arabia.
yeah, exactly. The other one. This was about Mean Gene. This was not about Hulk Hogan. They just advertised. They advertised it about Hulk Hogan, but it was about him tributing Mean Gene. So all the way around, it was promoted very well. You know, the little tweet about just his merchandise and fans backlash that doesn't matter because you know he really did give a heartfelt tribute tonight.
Especially when he said, you know,
It was beautiful.
you be doing the interviews for the tag match with Randy Savage and the Ultimate Warrior versus Rowdy Roddy Piper and Mr. Perfect.
Legendary match.
With Andre as special referee. And you having to split up the squabbling Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan. And then the only issue that he'd have is he'd have to be fighting over either Fabulous Moolah or Mae Young. That was the bit that was good.
It was a very good segment.
Then we had,
and it was probably one of his best promos. It felt very unscripted.
in a while, yeah. The Lumberjack match. Glorious Gable, or whatever the hell it's called. And the Revival.
Fuck the Revival. I love the Revival. They should leave.
Gable and Rude win, despite the fact Revival's foot was under the ropes. Worth noting, this is the same referee that randomly saw the foot under the rope for Sasha versus Nia later on in the night. So, selectively blind there, this referee, apparently.
Oh, comments in chat, Ashley. When Triple S says raw is just raw, to me, it's not good. Like eating raw meat, it's cold. Iro asked, have you seen TJ Dillashaw's body at 125?
It's looking in somewhat good shape.
Wondering if Goldust is going on AEW?
No.
Nah, he's a WWE lifer.
The fact that he
supports his brother, though.
Yeah, but I believe he's still an agent in terms of working with the women's stuff in WWE.
Yeah. I just want to see tribute shows like they did with Eddie Guerrero. Says one Triple S and Hyra.
Yeah,
says,
but you can't really do that with Gene.
No, not even close.
If it was an in-ring competitor,
yeah,
that died more recently. You know, God forbid, and I hope this really doesn't happen, but if Roman died, I feel with that, because of how recent it was, they could do a tribute show then.
Yeah, I can see that.
Absolutely would.
Because similar to the way Eddie died. And they had to do a tribute show.
It's a current star.
Yeah.
that would not be a 1-segment thing. That would be a whole 3-hour show.
If it's a Hall of Famer, you sort of can get away with sort of, well, that was, their previous era and everything. That's why you didn't get a tribute show for Warrior. You got, video packages and, specially hastily arranged documentaries and whatever.
That documentary really was good, though.
That following week and whatever, but you didn't get an actual show. But, it's the equivalent of PCW or any of the British shows doing the Chris Travis shows a few years back when he died of cancer.
What was there a health update? I read there was some health update on Roman Reigns. I just didn't read it. It's really been hush hush.
Yeah, that's how it should stay.
Yeah,
he's undergoing treatment.
I'm telling you, I'm a Roman Reigns supporter now. I mean, it's not just because he has leukemia. That would be selfish of me to not like Roman.
That one instant made him a babyface immediately, with nobody being able to argue anything.
Yeah, no, it really did. It wasn't like some type of selfish way of WWE doing that. It was real life. So, real quick to say, when he comes back, we know it's going to be the biggest comeback, and I will be a full blown on Roman Reigns supporter. And I think they should make a shirt that tributes his survival.
It'll be exactly the same as Triple H back in 2002.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. That's what a lot of fans have said online. Yeah. That's going to be something to see. That'll probably be one of the highest rated segments of the year, or in years, I think, too.
Then we've got Elias putting himself in the Rumble. And then Baron Corbin, who's in the Rumble.
Thought we got rid of him.
And then, of course, they have to have a match. And, of course, Baron actually wins it.
I did not get that. I'm sorry. I did not get that outcome.
No. So then Ambrose is like, I never like 6-man tags. Going, wait, what?
Talks for the fans.
Ambrose is going to burn Rollins down. Then here comes Strowman ripping off his shirt, waiting for Lesnar, and Lesnar and Heyman show up on the screen backstage, and it's like, well, card subject to change. Rock isn't going face to face with you. And then Strowman said, Beastie Boy, and I'm like, kick it!
see, it was one of those lines where my dad got it and looked at him and he was like, "Oh, Beastie Boys." Oh. And then he's like, "Did you just call him his bestie?" And I'm just like, this whole segment, it's already awkward with the split screen.
At least he didn't say New Jack.
Yeah, I'm bringing that back.
I liked how Paul Heyman called basically Braun out on his stupidity. He's like, "I'm not standing behind you. I didn't say that."
Well, no, it was just you're a coward. You're a coward, Brock. And Brock's just like, this is nice. As if to sort of, we're legitimately trying to say Braun Strowman's crap on the mic, which in all of this essence he isn't. It's just they've purposely given him a shit script.
Yeah, that's why I said on Twitter, all the dirt sheets that ribbed him on, grilled him on the segment, do not blame Braun Strowman. Blame the creative team. It's not his fault.
Blame Brock for mocking him and trying to highlight that issue, though.
Well, that's just Brock, though. I mean, he adds legitimacy to everything, his promos and his matches. So, you can't. You got to give Brock a little leeway.
Daniel Cormier, I'm coming for you, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
legitimate,
his
isn't it?
laughing was funny though because he's laughing his way to the bank because he got paid $100,000 to show up tonight. So,
In
in a way.
Orlando, wherever that is.
Thanks. I wasn't even there. I wanted to be there, but I don't know. Didn't have the money. I don't think I would have spent the money either.
Let's be honest. Considering that tomorrow is Carmella, but Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte, and AJ confronting Daniel Bryan. Heel AJ versus vegan with a cause Bryan.
Fickle. I'm still waiting for my Fickle t-shirt.
Plus, you could also go to the rally. It's a shame. It's a shame there's no wrestler that's called Richard there or Rich. Because then you could have just gone, I'm Fickle Rick. And just like rip off some bloody rip off some Rick and Morty shit.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I saw the advertisement for SmackDown Live. It's a very small promoted show, whereas tonight's Raw seems stacked on paper. But
And
when
Lesnar just stared when he actually went out to the sort of ringside area.
this next part's
and then
great.
went to the back, and I'm like, obviously they're doing a proper face-to-face as they were originally intended the week before the Rumble. They just put it here to try and sell tickets. I don't know whether that worked.
It's just like when Chris Jericho returned. He just came out and said nothing. And
then Jinder and Alicia come out to do some shanty.
This is so annoying. I feel like
and then make fun of the front row.
Yeah.
Who have paid a shit ton of money. The best bit is if they insult the people in the front row and then those people don't come back and then that's more lost revenue. Well, what happens then?
What did this Shanti? It's not even storyline. It's just his gimmick. I think it's just to keep him relevant because my dad's always made the good point. Like, man, Jinder Mahal was like on top of the world for like
you know what the problem with this
2-3 months.
It's trying to keep the mixed match challenges being relevant when it isn't.
Which I've never watched them. I hear good and bad things about them. Mostly good.
They're good when nobody gets fucking injured or they creative plans change. Anyway, Ember Moon and Apollo Crews win with the Eclipse on Alicia Fox.
So, let's see. Hyra's talking about loving the fact that Fale and Naito beating up the ring announcer. Never gets tired of that. Naito beating up officials because he wants to.
Suzuki beating the fuck out of anybody because he's Minoru fucking Suzuki.
Yeah. One Triple S thinks there's going to be a Roman documentary.
Oh, yeah, there should.
There is a Nigel McGuinness documentary
on
after
so
the
good.
takeover stuff. I don't know how much of it is going to be the footage from his own documentary that he made via Kickstarter. I'm guessing
love his
some
documentary.
of it.
There was supposed to be a documentary for Mean Gene too, that they were already going to release.
That's going to be part of the WWE Network stuff, though, I believe, that launches tomorrow.
I hope. Oh, is there a lineup online of that?
No, but they. Let me have a quick look.
Have they promoted it?
A collection on Mean Gene will be added to the network tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Good. One Triple S wants Red Shoes.
If Red Shoes' son is in the dojo, he ain't going anywhere. Keep in mind, I mean, could Tiger Hattori be all elite?
It's very possible.
Because we know he's done his last Tokyo Dome.
That's another thing, too. Hyro asked hypothetically if Paige could still get cleared to work somewhere else.
Maybe, but with the whole WWE stuff that she's already got going. What with Fighting With My Family coming out in a couple of months.
Yep.
I can't wait for that movie. I don't know about you guys.
I'm a little concerned.
About the movie?
Yes,
Why?
I saw Walk Like a Panther.
It's the actress looks and sounds just like her. Then you have the Rock cameo as the Rock.
Yeah, but like, did that actually happen? Or is this The Rock putting himself into his own movie? Because
Yeah. No, I that may have been like a Hollywood Rock type of deal. Yeah, that's true.
I might as well mention it here because
I'll still go see it.
who gives a fuck about the mixed match challenge shit? Tonight we had Natalya beat Lacey Evans. And
Why?
EC3
over
beat Kurt Hawkins.
Really?
In matches that are allegedly not even going to air on main event.
Nope. They're official dark matches.
They were dark matches, but they gave them the whole main event thing to make it look as if they were not dark matches.
So remind me that they're on their way to WWE, and we've seen video packages for the past month, and we're supposed to see new faces, and it's a new year, and yet they still haven't debuted on television?
Well, you don't need to see the new faces yet.
Why not?
Because you're seeing enough new matches. Like every single match that hasn't happened yet. Well, apart from Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, 6-man tags or new matchups, yeah. But maybe have them debut in the Royal Rumble then? Not as mystery entrants, because we know that they're going to eventually end up in WWE. I'm just saying, you can't show the video packages way too much over a month.
If Lacey Evans debuts at the Rumble, everybody in Arizona is going to go, huh?
Yeah, but you can't.
Who is this? Yeah.
You can't show these video packages for nearly 2 months straight, and then people are not going to care about them.
It did no harm for Alberto. Oh wait.
See,
it did no
harm for Emma. Oh wait.
Phoenix is going to be very interesting reactions because, this isn't the first time Royal Rumble's been in a stadium. This is going to be cool, though.
No. Was it Rumble 98?
Yeah.
It was in, when was that? Wasn't there a Rumble 2 years ago that was in a stadium? San Antonio?
2 years ago. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was.
I think. Where they went 10 years before and then 10 years before that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was some type of anniversary.
So they have been in a stadium before. It's just never in Phoenix before.
Yeah.
And now, time for the debut of A Moment of Bliss. Which is interestingly on the stage for some reason. Go ahead with the chat stuff.
Sorry. Your thoughts on UFC passing Colby versus Tyron?
They want to do it. They can do it. If they don't, let them fucking throw the toys out the pram.
Could Alberto be all elite?
No.
Oh, God, no. Please, no.
He's too busy with Combates Americas and...
Just retire. Please.
Match I wanted to see is Nakamura versus Kenny.
Oh, that's one reason why Kenny should go.
Christ, I think I haven't had an orgasm right there. What the fuck is that?
I mean, you have a better chance of that of Nakamura going to New Japan than we do of Kenny going to WWE at this point.
So if Nakamura lets his contract expire, what a waste of talent. NXT didn't let him go to waste though. But and he goes back to New Japan, why wouldn't he not go to AEW?
Because he needs to get back to New Japan.
What, they need star power in Japan?
No, I think Nakamura's starting to get homesick because
Yep.
the way that WWE are not actually trying to do anything with him.
No, they're not.
Because they misbook the fuck out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Then again, I've heard
It was my worst fear. I knew it was gonna happen.
I've heard that Nakamura is a frequent
contributor to the fund at Mangos.
Yes.
Oh God. Oh man.
Moment of bliss. Anyway, so that they've got table and chairs on the stage rather than the ring. Bliss basically made fun of Orlando, then wanted the stagehand to bring a coffee, which is in a travel cup with leopard print round the middle. So I'm wondering when that's going to be available on WWE Shop soon, if it isn't already.
What, auction or just as a cup?
No, as an actual cup for people to buy.
Oh, that'd be funny. It reminded me of the coffee cup I got. It was a glass mug that says Kofi Cup for coffee, and it's from the Loot Crate, Slam Crate.
Oh my God.
Great stuff.
Ronda refused to shake Bliss's hand.
Bye.
And she had an exceptional year, and the crowd chanted for her, and she wanted to look ahead and wanted to chase after her limits. There's one woman that's pushed everybody to their limit, has more talent in her pinky finger than Charlotte Flair has in her whole body, has a more harrowing story than Becky Lynch, has more of a love for this business than Ronda herself, and was the unsung hero of Raw. Sasha Banks. And you could hear the fucking tumbleweed go. Because they went, dear fuck, when is she going to be... One, when is she going to get a title picture? And two, if she is, when is she actually going to get to fucking keep it for more than 48 hours?
Yeah, because here's the thing. As much as a big fan of I am of Sasha Banks, I wanted Ronda to say Becky. Just start the build up for Becky. I swear to God, if they do not book Becky and Ronda,
I tell you, I think the angle is now going to be that they think it's better to have Charlotte go against Ronda again.
See,
and Becky to go up against Nia because of the face breaker thing.
No,
if that happens,
it's horrible.
They're going to boo Nia or not even react to her and cheer for Becky, and they will boo the shit out of the main event because it's not Becky.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Because,
Becky proved it even more today with the whole, wow, so you stole Britney's dress and made it so it looked like you photoshopped your head onto her bloody dress because it's nearly the same dress. Which, if you look at the details, it blatantly is. Got it off the same bloody rail at bloody TK Maxx or something, whatever.
Becky Lynch's Twitter is quite entertaining, to say the least. It is just, it's a money match between Becky and Ronda. It would put Nia Jax in a bad position at WrestleMania, and it would be two matches that nobody cares about. Well, one match being Becky's in there. So WWE needs to capitalize on, not silence Becky's fans and give them what they want. If you want to say that this is a fresh start, because the face breaker thing that happened months ago, you can't go back to months ago and make that a feud. It's over with. That's already happened. So
let's get back to a moment of bliss because, Sasha Banks and the crowd's like, and then I swear an exorcism took place. Because then all you hear is... I wish I was joking. But that happened and I was like, is there some technical problem? And then out comes Nia Jax. And apparently it was her that made the noise. And it's just like...
Were you possessed by like a fucking pregnant wolf there? Wasn't
Oh, she had to throw back up the food that she ate at catering. I don't know.
And then it was worth noting that Bliss also said, Sasha, I thought you were talking about me. It was just like, okay, that's actually funny. Because that's sort of true.
Yeah. That was a clever line. Are you two, well, with the exception of Owen, but are Ashley, when you watch this show and Nia Jax talks every week, is it like worse than Vicky Guerrero's voice?
Well, she said, excuse me, so I don't know. No, well, no, because that was the right side of annoying when it was like getting her over.
Yeah.
With Nia, it was just like, who are you and what have you done with fucking Killer Kowalski?
Okay.
It just, her voice sounds so, it sounds like
you managed to get a clip. I don't even know whether it's on the WWE feed, but if you hear what bloody Nia's noises were when she came out from the back, it was just like, dear fucking God.
Oh my God.
It was like guttural roars that Beelzebub would put on a mixtape with bloody S Club 7. Fucking hell.
Oh, man.
And then Jack said, well, Seth's getting his title rematch tonight. Why don't I? And I'm going,
one, there's no fucking rematches anymore. And two, why do you want a rematch? You fucking lost clean.
And then Sasha said, I'd love to face Ronda for the title. It'd also be my pleasure to show you, Ronda, how to lose with dignity and class. And Ronda sort of was smiling at that. And then Jack's got in her face and saying, I'm a
300.5 pound, 300.5 ounce Samoan. And I'm going, do you mean pound?
Because with the size that she is, I think she is sort of weighing in at sort of like 300-pound style. If she was hang on. I need a fucking converter.
It's not fat shaming her before the fans just throw words in my mouth. It is not healthy the weight she is. And she makes it look like online like a good thing. That she's empowered women. But God forbid I sound sexist right now.
If she was 300.5 ounces, I'm pretty sure she said pounds, so it might have been miscredited in the thing. If she was 300.5 ounces, you know how many pounds that is, guys?
What?
18.
Wow.
So that's the same weight as that kid that got exploded at New Japan. Maybe.
God.
That's like 2 standard-sized babies.
Oh,
so if it was ounces, what a cocker.
More comments. One Triple S says, I could see Nakamura returning to New Japan, saving Okada, but instead attacks him and joins Bullet Club and betrays Chaos. Better leader than Jay White would be.
I don't know. Chaos needs people in it now that everybody's gone, sort of thing.
I can see Chaos getting more members soon.
And then Goto gets even more bloody shat on.
Pyro says the baddest woman on the planet is now Amanda Nunes.
We talked about that last week.
Ashley, that's why Nia isn't like most girls. Get it? Can anyone beat up Ronda?
Well, no. I'm going to break your face. Get in line. And then Sasha goes, bitch, what line? And I'm like, what?
Oh, Lord.
I'm surprised my mom did not tell me from the other side of the house to shut up because I yelled, "Oh!" And my dad literally walked out of the room saying, like, this was the best moment of the night. Good night.
God.
So Sasha's just like, okay, you, me, match right now. Whoever wins faces Ronda. And she goes down to the ring. And Jax's mic isn't fuckling properly set up, so you can barely hear her when she's trying to say stuff. And she sat down in Alexa's chair, and she goes, "Well, you know, you might have just said bitch there, but I'm the bitch. You're just a bitch. I'm the bitch." And I'm like, "You're saying bitch, 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 bitch." Like, are we just saying bitch for bitch sake? Smack my bitch up.
You know, if I may be allowed to play the sound clip, this is basically what the last few seconds of this promo sounded. It really did. I have a sound clip. This is good.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
Didn't hear it, so you know.
Oh, you didn't hear it? Oh my god! It's just like Nia Jax's microphone. Okay, hold on. I'll do it again.
No,
No, it's
you're
great.
making me dig out my fucking tablet.
No, it's great. I made it louder.
Yeah, it's not getting over because you're not using a proper mic.
Well, I'm doing it from the YouTube video.
Ashley, off
Exactly,
topic.
that's the
Joe
problem.
Rogan, Kanye West.
What?
I'm just looking for the bit with the guttural roar. If I can somehow convey it on here. Oh shit, she just came out. So we might be getting close to the guttural roar. So, that was what Nia did.
Oh my god. Woo.
Are they going to cut it off before she says the bitch stuff?
I bet they did.
Yeah, they cut it off before she went, "You're the bitch, I'm the bitch. You're a bitch, I'm the bee, I'm the bitch. The bitch. Not a bitch, the bitch. Bitch. Anyway, Sasha won in a... Yeah, it was impressive what Nia did, but at the same time, I'm like, Nia, fucking repackage yourself. Tamina, fucking retire.
Oh, that's not. Come on now. That's not nice.
She's been a complete waste of space. If you're supposed to be in your person's corner, you're supposed to help out. Or anything.
It's not her fault. It's how creative wants her to be out there. She's not wanting to be quiet.
No, but it's like, oh, you know, if they're keeping them together just for the whole tag team stuff.
Oh, maybe we'll see more of her then.
Yeah, but if they're keeping them together like that, I don't see Nia and Tamina being worthy tag team champs.
No, I don't think they're going to be like the tag team champs in the first year. No.
So NXT UK Takeover Saturday. We'll go through the card for that later.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't follow NXT UK. I followed it the first day it premiered, and I haven't since, and I wish I have. So I didn't even know this was a thing.
You should, because
Yeah, I know. I heard a lot of good things about it.
And then Dean beat Seth with thanks to Bobby Lashley just getting involved. So heat finishes. Yeah. And then they put Seth for a table. That's how we end, because that's how we got to build the Rumble, you see. Lol. Okay. So, Impact.
Yay!
Homecoming started with Rich Swann becoming X Division champ. From what I can tell, was a pretty good match, which you'd expect with people like Swan, Chris, Miguel, and Ethan Page being involved. Jordan Grace and Kira Hogan beat Su Yung and Dark Alley. It's worth noting that the Su Yung and Kira Hogan stuff was less than stellar. Everything else was good. So I guess they really don't like each other. And then afterwards, Kira Hogan was going to get sacrificed. The coffin got opened and out jumped Rosemary at fucking last. That should have happened a few months back.
Yeah, but you know, I didn't watch the pay-per-view. So if the payoff was good and the crowd reaction was good.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it was.
Look at the clip. If you look at the clip that they put on their YouTube,
Yeah, I
it's
watched
sort
it.
of like
It was
it was sort of people remembering who she was, but because they barely seen Rosemary, they probably didn't remember who she was.
Yeah, well, maybe she's been in the undead realm for the longest time. So yeah, no, maybe she should have came back.
Because the people they're appealing to, the marks, have already been following the what's it called, Owen? Demon Bunny.
What are you talking about?
The website. Oh, Into the Multiverse, wasn't it, or something?
Oh yeah, I'm digging the heck out of that show right now.
Is it really good?
Yeah, it is.
Is it like being
like,
elite good?
It's Ali and Rosemary's version of sort of being the elite, but more sort of like storyline stuff rather than showing the real them.
Oh my god! And that's just like being elite. They do storylines too. I'm gonna have to start.
But it's mixed in with real stuff. Whereas,
I'm gonna have to start watching. That's cool.
You should. I think you dig it completely, Aaron.
Nice.
One Triple S says wants to see Meltzer put together a show.
No,
he does not want to be involved in anything.
I would not be opposed to this, but Dave doesn't want to do anything like that.
He's happy enough just being on the sidelines.
Yeah.
What was the tweet where he said things are changing minute by minute?
I've got a feeling it's in terms of whatever. To be honest, I think it's because the report was that the NXT talents would be showing up on the show tonight.
Yep.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Then at the same time, were they going to? Because obviously Orlando's where they're all based anyway.
Mm-hmm.
At the time being. But then again, at the same time, if you want to do something to really get people, perhaps this week might not be the best one because, of course, they were going head-to-head with the College Football Championships final tonight, which is why they stuck the six-man and the Mean Gene tribute in the first hour before the coincided with the other, with the football happening.
So
they placed Lesnar and Brock. They placed Lesnar and Strowman very poorly because that was during the Imagine Dragons halftime show, which a lot of people obviously tuned in because that segment they probably tuned out because it was so bad.
What are you saying, Owen?
Talking about Alvarez writing the Death of WCW book that I proudly own. Actually, it's an awesome book. Yeah, he's not really a failed wrestler per se. I mean, he's still Texarkana champion, number one. And number two, he's still got a very successful team with Filthy Tom Lawler, the Chop and Roll Express, coming WrestleMania weekend to face somebody. One Triple S asked.
Marco Stunt will be healed by then.
Oh, that'd be nice. If the money was right, would I betray Ashley by hitting him with a steel chair?
Yeah.
I mean, we could make some money. I'm sure. I think we could draw pretty well with heat and everything. I don't know. I guess it's weird because my character has always been more of a heel, but here on the show I've been more of a babyface. I mean, I guess you'd see what would happen.
I'll just
Ashley,
manage the bastard pack then.
Yeah, there you go. I would pay to see that. I would want to see Ashley wrestle. He could be better than Keith Lee and Volter.
No. Considering how I fucking winced when my hand got busted, no. Eddie Edwards beat Moose because Eddie Edwards' wife smacked the shit out of Moose with a kendo stick.
I saw the GIF of that, and I really wanted to see that in the clip on their YouTube channel, but they didn't upload it.
Yeah, there you go.
And she's hardcore.
Sami Callihan beat Willie Mack with a driver of piles.
Makes sense. No, I didn't win Triple S.
Then Eli Drake beating Abyss in a Monsters Ball.
Interesting result.
With a paddle. That'll be a paddle. A lot more violent than I thought it was going to be.
Of course, it had to be.
Yeah, but some Monsters Ball match have not been as violent as this one was.
Well, first, it's pay-per-view. Second, it's not television.
Yeah, but even they've had Monsters Ball matches on pay-per-view in the last 12, 18 months.
Yeah.
And they haven't gone that far. Whether it's because they're in the asylum, I don't know. Or whether it's because Eli Drake isn't afraid of getting hurt.
I think it was that. I told my dad for weeks, I said, because we were going to buy the pay-per-view, but funds didn't work out. That's why I tried to win the viewing passes. But I knew Eli Drake for weeks was going to go through tax. I knew he had something to prove.
Killer Cross saying that no one will be talking about option C, they'll be talking about option X. Yeah, get the fuck out.
That's a good line.
Then LAX beat Lucha Brothers in a really good match. So much so with Conan coming out and putting both teams over. And, I've got a feeling that Phoenix and Penta are probably leaving Impact. I believe they're rumored to be MLW bound.
All Elite wants them too, so it could go either way.
Them as well, yeah.
Ooh. Well, because MLW tweeted that photo of them last year, and that speculated a lot of fans because.
But then, of course, could they also go to Ring of Honor because of the whole Bandido sort of thing?
Depends.
I would not rule out ROH. I think Ashley's right. I wouldn't rule them out.
Then with Gail Kimmon's ref, Taya Valkyrie beat Tessa Blanchard because Tessa was getting in Gail's face and getting involved too much. And then the announcement. It's on the Pursuit channel.
Yes.
It's also on Twitch.
Yeah.
But then my problem is they keep stressing that it's on Twitch at 10 Eastern in America. Please tell me that they aren't going to region block it because that's one of the worst things on Twitch. It's like, here's this thing you can see. By the way, US and Canada only.
Yeah, that would be messed up. Hopefully that's something that does not happen. And if it does, hopefully enough fans gets Impact to address it. And I want to say something real quick about the Taya Valkyrie and Tessa Blanchard result, because I didn't see this pay-per-view again, is why they put the title on Taya Valkyrie is beyond me. I don't like her character.
She deserves it.
No. I knew you two would kind of side with her. I just don't see what the craze is around her. I don't see talent. What I see on promos is a ratchet chola. Like literally from the promo.
If you look at the stuff that she did before she was even in a relationship with Mundo.
No, I know Lucha Underground.
No.
Oh.
AAA years before that.
Oh, see, that's where I know her from. I only know
actually
her from...
earning her trade.
Oh.
Not just the whole Lucha Underground shit. You know.
Well,
she was one of the first victims of the Star of Sexy.
Yeah, no, that I remember. I don't. It's basically how Owen feels about Jay White. I don't get Taya Valkyrie. I really think she should have stuck with the Queen gimmick, because this gimmick where she just snaps at Tessa Blanchard saying, "I'm looking at you," makes you look like a ratchet chola. I'm sorry. It makes you not look like a true champion. And in this case, I sided with Tessa Blanchard. Where Tessa Blanchard goes from here, I don't know, but she could very well have a high profile match with Gail Kim come out of retirement. So, Tessa Blanchard still does have a future and Impact. I just think it was too soon to take the title. It was too soon to take the title off of Tessa. That's what I think.
Tessa all elite though.
Well, she's also WoW. She's Women's of Wrestling.
But All Elite, I don't think would stop them from doing that. Especially because they're not got anything TV-wise set up for the next 6 months.
I think she'd be a wonderful acquisition to start their women's division. I think All Elite Wrestling's women's division is going to be very strong to beat and to compete with. I really do. I think they're going to really stack it. I think it's a matter of time until Madison Rayne joins it.
And then one of the Ring of Honor.
And then one of the worst finishes I've seen in a main event in Impact in quite a while.
I would agree.
Impact beating Brian Cage when they fucked up on a bloody deadlift suplex. Both stumbled off the ropes. Johnny sort of somehow managed to eventually get a pinfall on Cage and get the win. It looked like two drunks are doing a bum fights episode. The rest of the match might have been good, but the end of it just overshadowed it.
This is the direction I did not want Impact to go. You have a power couple now. You have Taya Valkyrie as Knockouts champion. You have Johnny Impact as world champion. Too predictable. Should have gone to Brian Cage. It was your probably one of the only opportunities to make him a true star. Makes it all a waste for him to become X Division champion. Give it away. Turn an option C. Worst ending match since Jeff Hardy drunk. Truly.
No, drugged.
Drugged. Since that, when I saw the clip, I shook my head just sitting down because it was my first time seeing this. Because when the tweets came in, because I had my tweet alerts on, when they came in when the match happened and that happened, nobody really gave it good reviews.
And then,
because how can you have a good show and end off with such a bad main event?
And then Killer Cock managed to attack Johnny and then powerbomb Taya into the quote-unquote crowd, even though they were clearly actors.
It was just a pile of people. It wasn't in the crowd. I mean, when Triple S says I don't watch Impact anymore, is Moose still wearing those ugly shirts?
Not as much. Well, certainly not in the ring when he's wrestling.
Talked about Lawler getting injured during his MMA return. Yes. Hyra says, can we see Cross die by being sacrificed like Lucha Underground and bring White Rabbit because that's a much better gimmick?
Because you don't know who he is.
Yeah.
Well, Killer Cross is like an assassin and like a mob hitman kind of thing.
He sucks.
I don't know why you guys never give enough credit. Whoever's in Impact, I like his gimmick. It works. I mean, it wasn't like the biggest reveal that they made it out to be when it was just Killer Cross and like everyone to her saying, "Oh my God, it's Killer Cross!" I'm like, who? I mean, I'll agree with you there, but like the thing is like he saved this segment because Johnny Impact was part of another main event where he fucked up.
And
so why is he champion?
In terms of the tapings tonight, First off, an explosion in the holy shit. These people are still employed. Bram and Caleb Conley lost to Crimson and Jax Dane.
Caleb Conley and who else?
Bram.
They brought him back, Ashley.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because that's why I wanted to get clarification.
Fucking
So
desperate.
Wow.
Fucking desperate.
Well,
Jax Dane and Crimson are going by the Walkings.
They have been for a while.
Yeah, but Johnny Impact wants Killer Cross, but Cage interrupts and wants his rematch for the title, and I'm going, what? Okay,
Yeah.
by shenanigans you lost, but I mean, is this the new rule? No rematches? Is this the new rule that's because it's WWE says no rematches, nobody can have no rematches?
oh, so is that part of option C? Is there a contract in option C where he gets a
No,
rematch?
option C already happened.
No, I know that, but there's no rematch
No.
clause that comes with it. Oh,
Cage ends up holding the belt up, so. Pentagon and Phoenix beat the Rascals after a double team package pile driver ace crusher combo.
Mm.
Then Sami Callihan offers Rich Swann a spot in OVE. And then Willie Mack attacks Sami Callihan and Swann separates them.
They got to bring diversity into OVE, you know.
Willie Mack then beats Sami Callihan after a series of roll-ups. Scarlett Bordeaux will be announcing the winner of a talent search next week. Please tell me it's Aries.
Is she really dating Killer Cross?
If so, she's an idiot. Then the Desi Hit Squad show up. And then here's fucking Scott Steiner to beat the shit out of the fucking Desi Hit Squad.
No way. Oh my god. Why does he just randomly show up?
And with the way that she's posing in her underwear, I'm guessing maybe Steiner is the winner of her talent search. So rather than being a wrestler, which is why I thought they brought her in the first place, apparently she's literally just there to be a manager.
To give insight on that, to be someone's valet, Gail Kim said in an interview, and I think it was with Wrestling Inc. podcast or one of the podcasts that they took an excerpt from. She said that it's good to give her a little diversity because she can wrestle, but we don't want her to. And Gail Kim oversees the Knockouts division, and she said she's going to be she's going to be the front person to transition Impact into this sexier direction. You said she was in her underwear?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
well, I
then
mean,
at the same time, it's like, why?
Well, because
she's getting better at her wrestling with her time in Japan.
Yeah, and Mexico.
They're fucking wasting her by just having her be a manager.
Yeah, no, I understand. I would agree. This is one of the things I would agree with you too on. I've seen the incredible move that she did one time, and it looked like a Red Alert type of thing.
Yeah.
So
there's a reason why the matches with her from the AAA stuff actually. I mean, most people watch, because probably people have a cheeky wank over her and whatever. But if you look at her ring stuff compared to, when she was in AAW 3 or 4 years ago, I mean, she still is in there doing appearances here and there. But when you look when she was just managing Shane Hollister and whatever, and look at her now in terms of ring skill, she's really, really improved, and she's just being wasted as sort of a slut manager.
Yeah, and the thing with Pursuit, it's being a sister company to Anthem, and Twitch being the solution. Not many people having Pursuit. Pursuit's a male network, so this is the first time Impact's been on a male network since Spike TV. This is something they're going to capitalize on. This is why it's going to be a sexier, edgier product. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do out of these tapings. And from what you already told me, I really do expect at one point striptease by Scarlett Bordeaux, lap dance on Scott Steiner, just like Stacey Keebler. Done.
Considering the pictures that I've seen from the show, it happened tonight.
Are you serious?
Yes.
How would I predict it? How the hell did I predict it? Wow. That's must-see television.
Killer Cross beat Johnny Mundo. Admittedly, it was a no DQ match, but non-title. Thanks to Moose getting involved, which seems to be more and more like Aries is showing up at some point. Because remember, Moose and Cross were helping out Aries, so...
When would Aries show up on a pay-per-view for a bigger payoff?
Well, if they're on Twitch now, I'm sure it would be the biggest audience that they could have.
Yeah, well, their Twitch subscriber count doubled today when they announced that, they're going to be on Twitch every week for Impact Wrestling. The other thing is that they did announce their next pay-per-view, which they did during Bound for Glory. That's when Homecoming was announced. But during Homecoming, they did announce another pay-per-view, which would be Redemption.
Maybe.
Or maybe that was a one-year thing. That was just to show that, hey, we're still here.
They didn't really list the date, so...
No.
Or any show, so...
Yeah, they just have upcoming.
Callie lost to Tessa Blanchard via Eat Defeat. I think I know what... Oh, God, are we going to get Tessa versus Gail Kim in the... Oh, no, she's not actually retired. Retirement match. Oh,
is that a bad thing?
If Gail... I'm sort of getting sick of people retiring and then not actually retiring.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's the thing with wrestling is that it can never go away. You become addicted to it, whether it's for fame, money, or fans, or you're just your passion. So Gail Kim's not the only one that's done it. We know Ric Flair's.
Then Eli Drake and Tommy Dreamer are doing some sort of thing. Looks of it. I guess the hardcore shit's continuing for Drake.
Wow.
Probably.
So they're giving him the same extreme makeover as they did to Eddie Edwards. I mean, which is weird because he didn't condemn hardcore in the feud. He said he was the last of a dying breed. So why has he become a hardcore guy?
Then Logan James loses to Crazy Steve.
Crazy Steve is back?
I guess, maybe.
Yep. He's back.
What? No, I think that was like a one-time thing because they were in Nashville. They just have some returns.
So much show makes me so happy.
Eli Drake's on commentary.
Oh, that's great.
For Ethan Page and Eddie Edwards, with Eddie getting disqualified after using a kendo stick, with Drake wondering what Eddie's doing. Jordan Grace beats Ali, and then Rosemary shows up. Caleb Conley and Kevin Matthews never happens because Cage beats the shit out of both of them. They then announce for the Mexico City tapings it'll be Johnny Impact versus Killer Cross, and I'm going, oh fuck, they're gonna do it, aren't they?
Oh.
Oh no.
What do you think they're gonna do? Killer Cross gonna become champion?
That's what I fear.
See, that's the opposite. You should have pushed Cage.
Well, no, because Impact confronts Cage and then gets attacked by Moose and Cross. So.
Well, did Brian Cage totally rehab his elbow?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh.
Rich Swann beat Trey Miguel. Then OVE show up again and offer Swan to join him again, but LAX interrupt, which leads into the OVE LAX match, which LAX wins. And then Cage beats Moose. I guess.
So, rapid fire, Ashley.
Oh, I just noticed that the football that happened was one-sided series because it was 44-16. Dear fuck. Okay, rapid fire.
God. Of course, I call rapid fire when I can't get to chat. That's great.
Okay, to fill time. There was a GoFundMe campaign that got started today for the Buffalo Brothers, which are Nick Puff Pat, Danny Garcia, Kevin Lockwood, and Kevin Bennett. They were driving down from, I think, Canada, because Kevin Bennett does a lot of Smash Wrestling stuff, and Kevin Blackwood, I think, it does as well. They were wrestling somewhere on an indie show in, I think, somewhere in America, but got involved in a big old car crash. Sustained several serious injuries, including broken bones and head injuries. And obviously they need funding to sort of help through the medical costs. In the space of a day, they've already raised over $20,000.
Very nice.
Which is great to see. Including a few 1,000 and over donations. Which is always good. And then I believe that is Scott Colton, the real one, dropping in $225 himself.
Nice. So, rapid fire. And I mean rapid fire. We gotta take it home.
We're over.
Hyra says Top Pursuit was a hunting channel. I didn't even know what the Pursuit channel was.
Yeah, to be honest, just watch it on Twitch if you can.
Yeah.
I think Ty is overrated. She's too small.
See?
Ty is a ghetto Harley Quinn.
Thank you.
Sorry, ghetto Harley Quinn. That's Alexa Bliss.
Not ghetto Harley Quinn. Just chance. One thing I never got was why would they make Gail Kim win the title, then vacate it? Like, no wonder Sienna left because of what happened to her. That's another person. Is Allison Kay all elite?
Maybe.
Hyra hates production of Impact. I think the Freak Rob Terry gimmick is better than Killer Cross. I think Matt Morgan's better than Killer Cross. What happened to Suicide?
Okay, that's a good.
Well, Suicide was about 4 different people, which got complicated.
Yeah. Well, the last person that was doing his gimmick was Caleb Conley. One Triple S says with Bram coming back, what's next, low key?
MLW.
Yeah.
He fucking shanked a man, aka Conan, to near death.
Yeah, I need to see this. This is great.
Well, speaking of someone who's more believable than Killer Cross,
all the MLW episodes are free on their own YouTube channel, so you can freely watch them.
Yeah, which is interesting that they do. I thought Impact would have done that. But...
I just wish Impact called the event Destination X better than Homecoming. Scott Steiner should retire. Imagine Impact brings back
a good name. Oh my God.
Imagine Impact brings back the Knockouts tag division.
No.
Yeah, they could. No, not enough.
The roster is not stacked enough.
Yeah.
You've got 2 storylines that are going on with the women, and that's enough.
Barnett gonna wrestle again?
Maybe.
Barnett.
He seems to be dropping hints towards it.
When is LAX gonna lose the titles, and what happens to Diamante?
I thought LAX were going to drop titles in Homecoming. I think they've already surpassed as the longest reigning tag team champions, and I like LAX, but you gotta give
Monte
up
can
the
just get
title.
to MLW probably.
Let's see. Do they have the latest episode of Impact on Global Wrestling Network? Because it seems shadier than those mystery boxes.
Oh God.
Let's see.
If not, it'll be on Twitch from this Friday, so just watch that.
Can we see Ashley give Hyro some vulture chops?
Why do you need me for the Walter chops when Volta might be doing it in person on Saturday? Cheap segue.
Is Taiji still on Impact? Because we can still see Sonata, the Great Sonata. No, but WWE apparently is interested in Sonata right now. Of course it is.
Well, there's a load of New Japan people.
Yeah, what's happened to Impact's relationship with Wrestle One?
Wrestle One is near death.
Yeah.
They barely do any shows.
And right now, the last question we have is, can we see James Storm in AEW?
Possibility, yeah, I would think so.
Maybe.
Unless he signs with Billy Corgan.
I mean, the last time we saw him though was on ICW, so
No, he worked Nick Aldis for the NWA World Title over the weekend.
okay.
Same show that
pop-up event.
David Arquette shaved Joe Sears' head.
Tim Storm as well.
Yeah, Tim Storm. Yeah, exactly. That was his part.
Yeah, the newest news that I can see from bloody Wrestle One is literally 12 months ago that they apparently established a working relationship with Booker T's Reality of Wrestling.
Oh, interesting.
That's it.
I actually think that's the end of the show then.
Mm-hmm.
Just to quickly run through the NXT UK takeover card. We've got Rhea Ripley defending the UK Women's title against Toni Storm. Mustache Mountain and Grizzled Young Vets in the tag team finals to crown the inaugural NXT UK tag champs. Dave Mastiff and Eddie Dennis in an ODQ match. And Pete Dunne defending the UK title against Joe Coffey. I am wondering if we might see a change of the belt there.
Perhaps.
It'll be interesting to see. Just quickly see. Apparently, the Fight Club Pro show that went down today in Tokyo got very well received, which I'm pleased to hear about. And quickly trying to see if I can get the results for at least the final result, I should say, from the Rev Pro Queen of the Ring tournament stuff that happened over the two shows this weekend. And that was Sami Zayn beating Debbie Keitel. And then interestingly, Pac beat Zack Sabre Jr. by DQ. So Zack did make it back in time for the Sunday show. Wow. Sabre shoved the ref, Roberts into the ropes, and Roberts disqualified him. Then Sabre attacked Pac, and then Ospreay made the save. Jesus. That'll good.
And on that note, I think that's our show.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight. Aaron, thank you for joining us once again.
Hey, you're welcome. Thank you for having me again.
No worries.
Actually, to have a quick look, see if I won't go through full details of it, but see if there's anything that's happening on the indie scene this weekend that I've already bookmarked. Rev Pro's got a show in Guildford. Pro Wrestling Eve is back for its first show of the year on Saturday. Also on Saturday, GCW's 400 Degrees and CWF Mid-Atlantic's New Year Knockout. And from what I can tell, that is everything, because I don't know. I don't think we've got Shikara until the end of January. Oh, no, February 10th. Right.
Right. So you can find Mr. Entertainment on Twitter at Mr. ENT92. And
oh god, I've realised the one thing that we should probably talk about because we'll forget it by next week. The tampon spot.
Oh.
rapid fire.
I get what it was trying to do.
Right.
I just think the method of doing it was probably the wrong way of doing it, even though you could clearly see it was actually a tea bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what she was trying to do, but in this PC age, you know, it might have just been a little step too far on the thing. But I appreciate she was trying to go into her own to sort of get her stuff over.
Independent
worked.
circuit. Yes, independent circuit. Anything can happen. Screw PC. I'm with Priscilla Kelly on this. A spot is to get a reaction, and that's what she got. Some wrestlers and fans just overreacted. Let's get past Tampon Gate and enjoy wrestling.
I do like the fact, though, that some of the people that are doing bloody the reports on it are saying ex-WWE star, and I'm going, she literally just wrestled at the Mae Young Classic. It doesn't mean she's a WWE star.
Right. Ash, where can we find you on social media?
I'm on Twitter at Ash is my name UK.
More Gaming with Ash coming in the near future. More Snacks Ash is coming in the near future. Join Ashley, AJ, and myself tonight. Time to be announced for our Critics' Choice Prediction Popcast. Lots of AJ content coming this way. Some more verses. Some more AJ's movie reviews. And we got our next award show coming up soon, too. So, Critics' Choice this coming Sunday. So, I'll do the podcast right afterwards. Follow me on Twitter at Turo and Disney. Follow the network at Popcast Network. And check out our Facebook fan page at Popcast Network. Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight, whether live or in archive. And in a world where there are a billion wrestling podcasts, we're very pleased that once more tonight you've chosen a podcast. I want to thank everyone for watching. Thanks, everyone, for listening. And until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all we got to say about that.
PCO is literally bench pressing a barrel and bent a metal bar in his teeth. What the fuck?